Hey, everybody, and welcome to another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
Today, we're going to be looking at social media versus reality.
Okay.
And we've got this funny podcast segment that we're going to be diving into that is sort of a masterclass in dissecting all those social media tropes we see every day.
Right.
So we're going to unpack some of those relatable examples and see what they tell us about our online personas and maybe learn a little bit about ourselves along the way.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how we all kind of participate in this digital double life, presenting this very carefully curated version of ourselves online, and then offline it's a little bit, less polished, shall we say.
Yeah, it's like we're all starring in our own reality.
Exactly.
But with way better lighting and zero embarrassing moments.
Right.
So speaking of curated realities, let's jump right in with the classic Instagram versus reality.
Okay.
You know those golden hour photos where everyone looks effortlessly stunning?
It's a world built on filters and, strategic angles, and the source material really nails this description of this perfectly lit, seemingly effortless world. But I think what's really interesting is the why behind it all. It's not just about aesthetics. It's about this pressure to project an image of perfection, a life that's aspirational, enviable even.
Right?
And, when you think about it, the constant striving for online perfection can really take a toll on our self-esteem, especially when we start comparing ourselves to these curated versions of others.
Oh, absolutely. And I've definitely fallen down that rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Comparison more times than I care to admit.
Right.
And speaking of things that make me question reality,
Okay.
have you noticed the just woke up selfie phenomenon? I mean, come on. Last time I checked, sleep wasn't a magical beauty treatment.
Right. That's a great example of the disconnect between presentation and reality. We know it's not real, yet we still buy into this idea that everyone wakes up with perfectly tousled hair and a dewy glow. It's become so normalized that we almost expect it.
Yeah.
Even though we know deep down it's a carefully constructed facade.
Totally. It's like we're all collectively pretending to be part of this flawless species that thrives on like 8 hours of sleep and green smoothies.
Right.
But hey, that's a good segue into our next topic, Facebook friendships.
Okay.
I don't know about you, but my Facebook feed is just filled with birthday wishes.
Hi everyone, if you're thinking about starting a YouTube channel, consider making an AI-driven podcast. It's a fantastic way to reach a wider audience and even earn money. With platforms like Google NotebookLM, creating podcasts is simpler and faster than ever. Let me show you how. So let's get started. So, what is Google NotebookLM? It's an AI tool that helps you create written content quickly and efficiently. Whether it's podcast scripts, blog posts, or even research notes, NotebookLM can help you organize and create engaging content in no time. The best part? You can pull in content from different sources like PDFs, Google Slides, websites, YouTube videos, and more to generate scripts for podcasts. Let me show you how to use it step by step. Click on Upload Content and choose PDF. I'll upload a document related to our podcast topic, say a case study called Walking Through a Successful Life. After uploading, NotebookLM will analyze and display a summary based on the content in our PDF. Here you'll see that NotebookLM suggests a few key questions about the topic we uploaded. For example, it might ask questions like, what are the essential steps toward a successful life? You can select the question that interests you most, and NotebookLM will automatically generate focused notes around that question, providing a well-organized overview of the topic. If you want to keep these notes for future reference, you can save them directly as text notes. But our goal here is to create a podcast, so let's dive into that. After uploading your PDF, click on Generate to create the podcast script. It may take a few moments as NotebookLM processes the content and converts it into a well-structured podcast script. Note that currently, podcasts are supported in English only.
All right, so you sent over this research article, and wow, the title.
Oh, yeah?
Walking Through a Successful Life, a Case Study by Lawrence L. Garcia. And honestly, I'm hooked already just from the title alone.
Right. It definitely grabs your attention.
Yeah, the queen of the tree herders. I mean, come on.
Exactly. And it's not just, it digs into like all these nuances of.
Once the podcast audio is ready, you can download it by click on this 3 dots. All right, everyone. I highly recommend creating a new folder and naming it podcast to keep things well organized from the start. Since we'll be downloading quite a few files for this project, having an organized structure will make things much easier. Inside your podcast project folder, create 3 subfolders, one for audio, one for video, and another for images. This way we can save our files in a clear and structured way as we move forward, making it easy to access and manage everything we need for the project. Trust me, this simple setup will keep everything streamlined as we work through the downloads. Okay, now moving further, here you can upload Google Docs or our Google Slides to create a podcast. We will try G Slides. Click on Upload Content and choose Google Slides. That will automatically open your Google Drive. If you have a slide deck that's informative or includes visual cues, Google NotebookLM will transform the slides into a podcast script with suggested commentary for each slide.
Welcome to our deep dive. We're going to be looking at AI in manufacturing today.
Yeah, should be a good one.
We're taking a look at this presentation called Revolutionizing Manufacturing, the impact of artificial intelligence on industry transformation.
Catchy title.
Yeah.
It's a big topic, though, right? I mean, everyone thinks about robots, but it's a lot more than that.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's a good place to start, though. Everyone's got that image, right?
Right.
The factory floor robots. So let's start there.
You can select website, enter a URL to a website with interesting content, such as a fun trivia page. You can try it on your own. I will try YouTube. Choose YouTube, copy link to add any video of your choice, paste the link, and NotebookLM will extract the main ideas, helping you turn popular video topics into podcast episodes.
All right, so get ready because we're diving deep into the mind of Elon Musk.
Yeah.
You sent over his recent interview on the Lex Fridman podcast, episode 400.
Yep.
And whoa, boy, is there a lot to unpack.
It's a gold mine.
It really is.
So much in there.
War, AI, aliens.
Oh.
And his Diablo obsession.
Well, Lex really gets him to open up, doesn't he?
Finally, if you have text copied from a source, click Paste Text. Here's where ChatGPT can come in handy again. Let's ask ChatGPT to generate a few funny stories or interesting facts we can paste into NotebookLM for a quick episode. I've already prepared a prompt for this, which I'll paste directly into ChatGPT. Don't worry, I'll include all the prompts in the video description below, so you can easily refer back to them anytime you need. ChatGPT have create 5 funny podcast topic ideas. Read and choose the one you like. I like this one. Instagram versus reality, the picture perfect illusion. I'll copy this and paste in NotebookLM, paste text. Click insert. Generate. Audio clip is ready.
Okay, so have you ever scrolled through your feed and thought man, their life is just perfect? I do all the time.
Yeah.
You can also use ChatGPT to generate the entire podcast script and then copy and paste it into NotebookLM to produce the audio. Here's how. Start by pasting this prompt into ChatGPT to create a detailed script for our podcast. Once ChatGPT generates the script, simply copy it and head over to NotebookLM. Paste the script there to begin creating the podcast audio. And that's it. Our audio clip is now ready.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
Today we're going to be looking at social media versus reality.
Okay.
And we've got this funny podcast segment that we're going to be diving into that is sort of a masterclass in dissecting all those social media.
This is the same clip you have seen at the beginning of the video. Download it. So as audio for our podcast is ready, it's time to turn it into an engaging video podcast. Open your favorite video editor and start by importing the audio clip for your podcast. I'll show you two methods to create the video portion of your podcast. The first one is quick and straightforward. Simply drag and drop the audio clip into the timeline. Go to the stock media section and search for free video clips using keywords like podcast or podcast hosts to find suitable visuals. I found a couple of clips here that work well. They look like they're parts of the same scene, which is perfect. Now place the male host's video where the male voice speaks in the audio.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
Today we're going to be looking at social media versus reality.
Okay.
And we've got this funny podcast segment that we're going to be diving into that is sort of a masterclass in
Adjusting the clip's length to match the audio. Do the same with the female video for the female host's voice. This way, each host visually appears in sync with their speaking part.
Life, presenting this very carefully curated version of ourselves online, and then offline it's a little bit, less polished, shall we say.
Yeah, it's like we're all starring in our own. Another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
Today we're going to be looking at social media versus reality.
Okay.
And we've got this funny podcast segment that we're going to be diving into that is sort of a masterclass in dissecting all those social media tropes that we see every day.
Right.
So we're going to unpack some of those relatable examples and see what they tell us about our online personas and maybe learn a little bit about ourselves along the way.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how we all kind of participate in this digital
Once that's done, you can
life.
export the video. But notice it may still look a bit off, as there's no lip syncing, which takes away from the realism. To add a more professional touch with proper lip synchronization, let's try a second method instead. Drag the audio clip into the timeline.
Hey everybody, welcome to another deep dive with
To
us.
keep this as a demo, I'll trim the clip to around 3 minutes rather than using the full-length podcast. Now, let's separate the male and female voices.
Hey everybody, and welcome to another deep dive with us.
Glad to be here.
Carefully add cuts throughout the clip, dividing it by each speaking part.
Glad to be here.
Today we're going to be looking at social media versus reality.
Okay.
Then, move each segment with the female voice down to the next audio track so that male and female audio clips are on separate tracks.
Reality.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Be sure to bring the audio clips straight down without altering their timing. This way, the flow remains uninterrupted. Once the entire audio is separated, select all the female clips in the track, right-click, and select Create Compound Clip to merge them into one unified clip. Do the same for the male clips to keep things organized. Now let's start with the male audio clips. Take each clip and cut it down to 28 seconds or less. Make sure none exceed 29 seconds. Right-click each clip, select Range, and click Select by Clip for export. Double-check that the duration is under 29 seconds. Then label it, for example, as M1 or Male 1, and save it in your audio folder. Repeat this process until the entire male audio is saved in short clips of under 29 seconds each. Next, do the same with the female audio clips. Ensure each one is under 29 seconds and save each as something like F1 or Female 1. Repeat this for the entire female track until all segments are neatly organized. The next step is to create hosts for our podcast. Let's use ChatGPT for this. Paste the following prompt into ChatGPT and it will generate two distinct prompts, one for a male character and another for a female character. Now, head over to Leonardo AI, log in, and set the aspect ratio to 9:16. Copy the first prompt and paste it into Leonardo AI. Leonardo will generate 4 images of the male character. Download the one you like best. I like this one. Next, copy the second prompt for the female character and paste it into Leonardo AI. This will be our female host. With both audio and images ready, it's time to bring these characters to life. To do that, let's head over to hedra.ai. Log in and click on Create. Import the audio file. Let's start with the female audio.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how we all kind of participate in this digital.
Select the female host image. Now click Generate. The video will take a moment to render. Once ready,
Yeah, it's really fascinating how we all kind of participate in this digital double life,
Yes.
presenting this very carefully curated version of ourselves online, and then offline it's a little bit, less polished, shall we say.
Yeah.
Yes. It's right.
Let's check it out. Looks great, doesn't it? Download the video and save it in the video folder. Repeat this process for each audio clip and don't forget to do the same for the male audio.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another deep dive with us. Today, we're going to be looking at social media versus reality. And we've got this funny podcast segment that we're going to be diving into that is sort of a masterclass in dissecting all those social media trope we see every day. So we're going to unpack some of those relatable examples and see what they tell us about our online personas and maybe learn a little bit about ourselves along the way.
When all clips are ready, open your video editor. Import all the video files we generated. Arrange the clips, placing the male video clips on the first track and the female videos on the second, one after the other.
Yeah.
We see every day.
Right.
So we're going to unpack some of those relatable examples and see what they tell us about our online personas.
Participate in this.
That is sort of a masterclass in dissecting all those social media tropes we see every day.
Right.
So we're going to unpack some of those relatable examples and see what they tell us about our online personas and maybe learn a little bit about ourselves along the way.
Yeah, it's really fascinating how we all kind of participate in this digital double life, presenting this very carefully curated version of ourselves online.
If you're satisfied with the editing, go ahead and export the final video. That's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.